Hey guys, Captain Lance here. This is going to be hopefully a pretty short and self-explanatory video on how to make easy hustles in PoE. The first one I'm going to show you is using basically any items you can combine with different pieces like the Harbinger sets to basically buy the pieces for cheap and then sell the item for more money. Um, right now the shield is just a really good example. Some of the other pieces, the actual item is worth nothing, so going around buying the pieces is a waste of time. But the shield's a pretty good item. You can buy the pieces for about 5C a piece. 4 times 5 is 20C, and you'll see later on I'll show you that you can sell it for about 40C. Or actually, I guess I deleted the clip of showing it on PoE Trade, but basically I ended up doing this twice. The first shield was just a bad roll. I sold it for 39C, and then I couldn't find the clip because I was going through a couple hours of clip, and half of it I was AFK because I was making myself lunch. But the second time I actually found the clip of me selling the shield, and I sold this one for like 78C, I think. And that's just because it was a good roll. Had close to max life, had max LA resist, had an okay channeling damage, but since it was close to max roll, I was able to sell it for more. So a lot of times if you're making your own items, or like you need a specific item and it uses an item that you can create out of the pieces, it's always a good idea just to buy the pieces, and then maybe there's a good chance you could roll one that's good for you. Like you get a high roll and you'd have to pay minimal for it. The other thing is just it takes a couple minutes, buy a couple pieces, and you flip it for 20C. It's a really easy way to make some fast, easy currency if you just need to generate some money for yourself. So here's the guy buying my better rolled shield that I sold for 78C. Between the two shields, I spent 40C, and I sold them for 39 and 78C, so I made about 70 chaos, and it took me only a few minutes just to buy the pieces. So that's a really easy currency maker. Is a lot of items that you can just make out of a combination of things. The pieces that make the combination are cheaper than the actual piece itself, and a lot of times you can get a good roll. This is the same with div cards. So moving on, we're going to go on to looking at, this is a money-making currency strat that you basically have to have about 6x to do. Basically, you buy either this astral pate with 3 red, 3 white, 30 quality, or you buy, there's a Valregali that's going around the servers with 5 whites, but pretty much you buy the beast for, this is a beast that lets you basically copy the item, and you buy the beast for around 280 to 310C, and then you can pretty much always sell the copies for 340 chaos to 380 chaos. So basically throughout this video, I was basically AFK for most of it. I was making myself lunch, eating lunch, watching YouTube, and basically I would just be AFK, and I'd get the whisper for these different plates, and I'd real quick make a copy, list it again. So I'd sell the plate for the 40C profit, go buy another beast, and then I would sell another one. I only saved 2 of the clips of me selling the plate. I probably did this over the course of making this video. I don't know. I spent 5 hours between AFKing, eating lunch, buying the different pieces. I probably sold this copy of the astral plate about 10 times. So it's pretty easy for making 10 trades, doing 10 beast recipes, and making 400 chaos to 700 chaos, depending on different times I made more chaos on the trade. The next up I'm looking at is basically Shaper amulets. You go to item level 86, is valued because you can get the top tier wed and a few other things. An Onyx amulet version of this is 18 chaos, whereas just any old amulet is about 5 chaos or so. This is just showing how you can use some vendor recipes to make yourself some money. So I basically buy this guy's amulet for a few chaos, and then you can go to a vendor and you can sell it with a skill gem of every color. So a red skill gem, a green skill gem, a blue skill gem, and you can basically transform it into Onyx amulet. This works if the item's corrupted, it works if it's mirrored. So I actually didn't find the clip of me selling this amulet, but I sold it for 16 chaos. Pretty easy to do. You just have to have a little wait time before somebody buys it who doesn't know about this mechanic, and they're searching for an Onyx amulet, but keeps the item level and everything. Next thing up, I was basically expanding on this, and Shaper amulets and Elder amulets are common because they drop in Shaper and Uber Elder boss fights and whatnot. What aren't as common is item level 86 Hunter amulets or Warlords or Crusaders or Redeemers, and you pretty much have to make those amulets with the special Exalted Orbs, so therefore they're pretty expensive to buy. I actually was just randomly searching some of these to see if there's regular amulets like this, and I found a mirrored one for 50 chaos. So basically, I bought it for 50 chaos. I did the little vendor recipe to basically turn it into a clean onyx amulet, and I turned around and sold it for 120 chaos, I think. I have a clip of it. But pretty much this is just easy hustles you can do, just taking advantage of the vendor recipe. I think later on I'm going to vendor recipes. Later on I'm going to show myself scrolling through the vendor recipe Path of Exile Wikipedia page, just because I was bored and just looking for easy ways I could make some currency, and this is one of the ones I came upon. I went to my hideout because I'm stupid and forgot I need to buy gems at the Curry Shores. But yeah, you basically just grab a skill gem, an active skill gem of each type, and then you sell the amulet with that. See, it's a mirrored one, and then boom, it becomes a clean onyx amulet, item level 86, and just like that, 120C. So I made a 70 chaos profit with that. So took very little effort. I made a decent amount of chaos. I'm pretty much doing this. Frankly, I could do this while I was sitting in a college class. You know, just going around PMing people. It takes no focus. It's really easy to do. Pretty much AFK a lot of these trades. Now I'm looking at the wiki site. I'm looking through these, and the one that I end up stopping on is you can basically turn rings into amulets. Now this is a good way to basically take Hunter or any of the new influence bases. If you find a coral or power ring of those bases that's item level 86, you can turn it into an amulet, and then you can turn it into an onyx amulet. So I think a lot of people know about this, or it's not very common to have those types of rings drop, because when I was searching in PoE trade, there was only a couple rings that popped up for me. I found one that was a hunter base I had bought, but pretty much you buy these rings, then you go and buy 7 iron rings for 1 to 2 chaos, which is a little bit tedious. But considering I bought the paw ring for 10 chaos, and then I bought 7 other rings for about 20 chaos, so I'm like 27 chaos in, it's a pretty easy trade to then get an onyx amulet, and I sold this one for 120C again. And I was probably selling these low. I was just trying to sell them quick so I could have clips of me selling them in the video. But just took a little bit of effort, but it was really easy currency to make for me. Next up, this is just whenever you're buying skill gems, if you're trying to get 20 quality, just buy a gem level 20 and then sell to a vendor with the gem cutters. Pretty much, I don't know if it's like 90% of the time or 100% of the time, but as a rule of thumb, it's pretty much always cheaper for you. Of course, there's another guy wanting to buy my astral plates and whatnot, but anyways, it's pretty much always cheaper for you to buy the gem at level 20 and then sell it with the gem cutter's prism to get a level 1 20 quality one. Don't buy corrupted. Make sure you select the non-corrupted option when you're searching for these, because if you buy corrupted, it doesn't actually do the gem recipe. So I bought this one for 7C, and then I'm gonna end up selling it for 16 chaos. But it's just a real easy thing you can do. Not all the supports will make like 10 chaos on the flip. Some of them, their 20 quality price is a lot closer to the gem level 20 quality, or their gem level 20 price. It just kind of depends on which skill gem you're using. So pretty much those are just some real quick easy hustles you can do to just make yourself some quick currency if you don't have much to work with. There's a lot of other ways to make quick easy currency, buying div cards, buying different things, but usually there's a lot of easy ways in PoE you can make money. I think that's pretty much the gist of it. If you guys want any more tips and tricks on making currency in PoE, I'm trying to start streaming pretty regularly now. Just stop by my stream, ask me any questions, or if you have any questions about builds I'm making, hopefully I'll be able to explain them pretty well to you. So, peace out. It's been Captain Lance. You guys have a good one.
spirit is spent.
To me, exile, quickly! So that was the Elder. What terrible, monstrous power. We must find... Exile?